that Long Pig? That might be Long Pig.
Bro, hey man. Welcome back, friends.
Tesso Aniki? Do I have to call you that?
Take a seat. And you too, buddy.
This'll be fun.
VIP down.
And which of your names should we be using for you now? Kawana? Or do you prefer Kitakata-sensei?
Kitakata's a name that's been all but murdered by society. In Ijincho, I'm just a merry old handyman Kawana-san.
If you ask the cops, you're the murder suspect Kitakata. After killing Sawa-sensei, you fled the scene. At least, that's the story the police top brass are passing down through the ranks. Now, why would they say something like that about you?
Calm down, Yagami. How come you never relax?
So Kawana hired you guys from the start, and you pretended to not know each other in front of me? If that's the case, you really went all out for me.
Didn't I tell you? The Liumang accepts anonymous requests, too. Tesso didn't know I was the one who hired him. I suppose there's no point in hiding that now.
That's just how it is. Nothing to get mad over, bro.
You really aren't hiding anything? Did you tell him all you've done?
He's a former high school teacher who's going around killing bullies. Can't be much more to hide than that.
Okay.
Do you need any more convincing?
Honestly, I'm at a loss. I worked my ass off to get where you are.
And I'm still trying to untangle the mess you've made of it. You've got my student helpers by the throats, so I'm really backed into a corner here.
You mean the graduates from Kurokawa Academy? Like Mamiya-san?
Very good, Sugiura-kun. So how about it? No reason for us to doubt each other's intentions, right? All the secrets are out in the open now.
Fine. Then I'm gonna light up.
You were just over at Komiju, weren't you? RK was looking for me there. The police even lent them a hand.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm even more confused. I give up. Who in the world could be after me? Who has influence over both RK and the police?
Care to venture a guess?
They'd be the uneducated guesses of a handyman. You got any bright ideas yourself, Master Detective?
I haven't confirmed it for sure yet, but I have a pretty good theory for you.
Oh? Who?
The Public Security Division. That's what a detective from Kanagawa PD said. According to them, you're the prime suspect in Sawa-sensei's murder. That's why Kanagawa PD was told to lay off RK. Any trace of RK in the footage near Sawa-sensei's place is gone. Likely Public Security's work. And with that kind of backing, it's understandable why RK is so confident.
Yo, hold up again. Why is public security after Kawana in the first place?
This is all to preserve RK. Public security doesn't want them to disappear. That's why they're trying to
This is
close
stuff we
the
found out
book on the
yesterday.
case by saying Kawana killed Sawa-sensei.
But why?
Who the crap is public security? They're kind of like CIA.
In Kamurocho, with the
Deep
Tojo
state
clan
stuff.
disbanded, ex-Yakuza are scattered all over the place. RK has absorbed them into their network,
Hey, Guomi.
and public security is monitoring them to keep the peace.
Then why is RK after Kawana-san? Was public security already helping them at that point?
Huh? Well, I'm not too sure.
Come on. We're screwed if we can't figure this out.
Right. Give me a
Well, I
sec
think we're
to
screwed regardless. Yeah. Why is public security after Kawana? Likely the wishes of a specific individual. This is probably Rico.
Public security is probably
Mike, thank you so much for the 5 bomb, my friend. Really appreciate it, dude. Thank you.
working for Reiko Kusumoto, Vice Minister of the Ministry of Health.
What?
Kawana, you had your students kidnap Shinya Kawai, right? 5 years ago in Kamurocho? Kawai bullied Reiko Kusumoto's son, Mitsuru-kun. That painted a target on his back for you. But before you took Kawai out, you approached Reiko Kusumoto with your revenge offer, didn't you? Ahara told us that. Before taking revenge on a bully, you'd approach the family about it first. Did you make the same offer to Reiko Kusumoto?
What if I did?
She's the vice minister of the Ministry of Health, and she's pretty popular. She's even cleaning up her predecessor's mess. If it were to surface that she agreed to a revenge killing, they'd have yet another massive scandal on their hands. And if you get to go down in cuffs instead of a body bag, that detail may just come out. Before that can happen, Reiko Kusumoto plans to
Have me silenced and use public security to do it.
Exactly. Except public security can't
That's
go
what
out.
it was.
So they subcontracted RK to do the dirty work. That would explain why public security is trying to cover for RK.
We were under the assumption that she denied the offer. See, for some reason, I thought that she said no to the offer. But if she said yes to the offer, then that means that Kuwana has to die. That's what's going on.
I see. Well, the logic starts off soundly enough.
Why was I under that assumption?
Some-
I was under that assumption. I don't remember why, but I think at one point there was a dialogue that suggested that she had said no.
Something wrong with it?
Unfortunately, yes. Something does.
Maybe I was
stick
the only
out.
one that thought that.
And what's that?
I did, in fact, approach Kusumoto-san 5 years ago about taking revenge on Shinya Kawai. And just as you said, I used Mamiya-kun and the others to kidnap Kawai.
And?
From that point on, Kusumoto-san knew I was directing Mamiya-kun and the others. She'd seen their faces, knew their identities, everything. So,
Chat is saying there was no such dialogue. Oh, okay.
if Kusumoto-san wanted to go after me, Mamiya-kun and the others would be first on the list. But the fact is, public security hasn't laid a finger on them, even now. Which means Kusumoto-san isn't the one giving them orders.
So if Reiko Kusumoto was giving orders to public security, she could have gotten Kuwana much quicker.
Sure. That makes some sense.
Hey, so sorry if this is off topic, but what was Kusumoto-san doing when Shinya Kawai was killed 5 years back?
She was standing right there with me.
Ah,
Afterwards, she took 3 days of PTO, and that was a first for her.
Why?
Shinya Kawai died at the hands of Kusumoto-san. She drove the knife into his chest personally.
wow.
She took it slow, making sure he suffered the whole time. Just like Akihiro Ehara, she avenged her son with her own 2 hands. I admire her.
She killed Kawai herself?
Okay. Current Vice Minister of the Ministry of Health committed murder. If that's true, she'd have to keep that hidden for a long time.
Afterward, she told me she'd never wash the smell of his blood off her hands.
Damn, man.
I was the only one who knew that, by the way. The others have no idea. On that day 5 years ago, I sent them straight home after they brought me Kawai. And I was the only one with Kusumoto-san when she killed him.
This sounds way too crazy to be real.
Even so, the fact is, Kusumoto-san hasn't betrayed me. Besides, I doubt the Vice Minister is powerful enough to order public
Story
security
is crazy?
around.
Yeah.
Then who is giving them
Yeah,
their
it is.
orders?
Well, I'd say your theory's on the right track. I'm sure public security contracted RK. It lines up with what's happened so far. I imagine they're so persistent because they know I can be used against Kusumoto-san.
Either way, whoever's pulling the strings is someone who'll benefit from your capture. So if it isn't Reiko Kusumoto, maybe it's one of her enemies?
An enemy?
Yeah, like someone within the Ministry of Health, or maybe even some kind of political rival. Nothing would be more valuable to them than dirt on Kusumoto, right? They're probably trying to take her down. Or they could threaten and manipulate her as they see fit. Is that why public security has been taking action? If they wanted to take her down, they could have had the police investigate her fair and square.
Whoever's behind RK and public security must be an enemy of Reiko Kusumoto. It seems to be the most logical train of thought.
Right. Kusumoto-san can walk away from the Ministry of Health anytime she wants. Plus, she has the public's support, especially with the younger crowds. All just more reasons for her to have enemies.
I read some article about how even the Prime Minister has a hard time with her. Like, she'll get up in his face every time he signs an order. Dumbass loses so many arguments, he practically works for her now.
So the Prime Minister's trying to find some dirt on Reiko Kusumoto?
He's just an example. Weren't you listening when we said Kusumoto-san has lots of enemies in her position?
Hey, don't be a dick.
Agreed.
So whoever's behind this may have been looking for a weakness in Kusumoto-san for a while. They must have got
Thank
their
you,
start
Seinoden.
after realizing Ehara's case was really about getting revenge on a bully. That puts Ehara and Reiko Kusumoto in the same boat, being that their only sons were bullying victims. And if they discovered that Cohh also vanished 5 years ago,
Regardless, that wouldn't account for the rest of the incidents where a bully ended up dead. You'd know. You're the one going up and down the whole country killing them off, aren't you? Cohh makes number 7.
7? Damn, man.
it wouldn't take much to connect the dots. It'd lead straight to her. Reiko Kusumoto. Then they'd know that she was among the victims who got her revenge.
Yeah. And then, to Ehara's case. The link between him and Kusumoto is clear as day now if you know what you're looking for. That link is Sawa-sensei. It took me a while, but I connected the two cases together myself. It was RK. She never should have even been on their radar. In fact, they traced your name from her. Sawa-sensei knew. She suspected you were involved with the Mikoshiba murder in one way or another, right? You don't care. You see your killing spree on these former bullies like you're doing the country a service. In your eyes, this is vengeance. Actually, no. You'd call it justice, wouldn't you? Except, Sawa-sensei wouldn't have died if it was.
That was never my intent. She shouldn't have died.
No. You don't get to just brush her off like that. Like an afterthought.
Are we doing
You
this?
had to have known you'd go down for this eventually. And you're fine if all your old students like Yui Mamiya go down with you.
We're doing this?
By then, why would you look back at your trail of blood? Why would you clean up all your carnage? It's not your problem, right? You move forward with one purpose. Send as many bullies to hell as you can. Beyond that, you don't give a shit what happens. Sawa-sensei died in tears. You didn't see what I saw. The fear she must have felt was still frozen on her face. You, Ehara, Reiko Kusumoto, you're all murderers. And so far, all of you have gotten away with it. So why did Yoko Sawa end up having to pay the price? Tell me, will you even be able to look her in the eye when you die?
I doubt it. That's gonna follow me well into the afterlife. So what now, then? March to the cops and turn myself in?
You should. If you don't do exactly that, no one will know why she had to die, and that'll be the end of her story. Everyone will keep on dancing around her death, even though she was completely innocent. Just like the cops are doing.
Afraid I can't do that. If I turn myself in now, there's only one thing that happens. Public security takes me out.
He's right.
And worse, Reiko Kusumoto would be compromised. And that, I will never allow to happen. Of all the people involved in this, she deserves to walk free. Her revenge was justified.
You think so?
All she did was scrape off the scum of the earth that pushed her only son into an attempted suicide. She didn't sit around crying about a legal miscarriage. She took justice into her own hands. No one has any right to indict her for that. So don't go there. Nobody lays a finger on her.
Oh my lord, this game. Oh.
Hey, skinny ginger kid.
Ah!
Looks like this is gonna turn into a little more than a chat.
Good thinking.
So is your plan to kill me too? Anyone who interferes with your justice, we all get added to your body count, don't we?
The punishment fits the crime. You're just blind. If you can't see that, then you can go to hell!
Yeah!
Stay out of my way!
Oh, damn. Oh, we got big boy health bars now. Tear to your face! Come here, come here. Boom! Damn. Nope. Ah, we're already getting diminishing returns. Nope. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nope. No, I'm not going to blow my EX on that. Oh, damn. We already used a chair. We already used... No, there's not a lot of stuff here. Use one of these. Meanwhile, during the fight, Yagami's just taking out tuna egg sandwiches. The other guy's like, what are you doing? Classic pause for snack mid-combat, right? Right? Jesus.
How long has this been going now?
I lost track.
Call it?
Nah. They're gonna tire out eventually. Beating the shit out of each other is the way some people communicate.
I can see that.
There we go. Now let's stop them.
Yeah, it's about that time.
Haven't you had enough yet?
What? You think it's time to give it a rest?
Hell no. Stay out of our way.
You're not looking so hot.
You got lucky I stopped when I did, you know. I had a move lined up with your name on it.
You're the one who got lucky as far as I'm concerned. I was about to kick your ass.
What a fucking mess, guys. Hey, both of you, eat. Your food's getting cold.
One of our higher-ups cooked this himself. Won't look good if there's any left.
Not a problem. This stuff's great.
Delicious.
The chef is Zhao. I had to get an email at that time. Oh my god. It's him. Yeah, you can see right now. Those clothes, man. Those clothes. Are we gonna have another nod without a voice acting credit here?
Man, this is the good stuff.
So that means Reiko
I
Kusumoto
love
could be
the
being targeted by
freaking
public
mask.
security.
Yeah, I'll see the clip.
Right. It's possible part of the police wants to catch me as
Everyone's
leverage
Majima.
against
Absolutely.
Kusumoto-san on public security orders. But that's only if public security really is behind
Who was the other
us.
cameo? So far, the two cameos we've had we had the David Hayter character, the bartender from Survive, and now we've had Zhao. Yeah. Kashiwagi.
You're the one who said you got that info from a cop.
Well, someone up top's been putting pressure on the investigation. That much is clear. But no matter how you slice it, the fact that you're enemy number one while RK roams
Are we gonna see
free is
Kasuga?
absurd.
Oh, I don't know, man. That'd be great.
Unfortunately, all I got out of that cop was that public security itself is who we're up against.
So itchy.
Public security is Japan's top intelligence agency. If they're after you, there's no escape.
Agreed.
Then I guess now's a good time to make a suggestion.
Huh?
Tell me, who benefits the most from you two fighting? Huh? That'd be public security. The more you drag each other down, the easier they'll be able to get the jump on you. By the time you notice, it's too late. They've got you. And that's exactly what they'd want, right? But what if you two work together? You watch each other's backs and act before RK and public security do. You might even be able to find out who's pulling the strings.
Yeah. For two enemies to join forces, there needs to be an even greater threat to fight.
Sure, I'm on board with that.
Fine, but this is only temporary. Once we finish with public security, I'm gonna make sure you answer for what you've done.
Okay. Then where do we start?
Okay.
Just storm
So,
public security at this point?
No. First, we need to confirm public security is really the enemy we're after.
Right. We'll make our move after that.
We have the element of surprise. They have no idea we're working together.
Then we'll use it to our advantage and outsmart them.
Aw, look at the boys playing nice.
If public security's trying to find some leverage against Kusumoto-san, they'll likely be listening in on her. They're the experts in wiretapping and espionage, after all. We just need a quick confirmation.
How?
We'll just give her a call.
Cohh, what would you advise parents if their kids were being bullied, says Mayo on Rice? Get involved. Get involved with the people that are supposed to be overseeing it. Get involved with your kid. Make sure the kid is educated in what's going on and how it works. And most importantly, like, figure out why it's happening and do what you can to then find the bully, beat the out of him, find his parents, beat the out of them, find their grandparents, beat the out of them. And yeah, I think that's we're not killing anyone, mind you. Just giving them a good up. You know, sometimes they just need to, like, get their bell rung a little bit. No, I'm kidding, of course. No violence, just making sure that your kid is educated. And most importantly, that the people that should be making sure that doesn't happen, make sure they're held accountable for it. Because here's the thing. Growing up sucks. And a lot of times people, when they're kids, just don't know how wrong their actions are. So when kids are involved, when kids are bullying other kids, a lot of times it's not necessarily all the kids' fault. It is the people that are supposed to be guiding them, the people that are supposed to be teaching them what is right and what is wrong. So it is a lot of times a much bigger deal about the people that are supposed to be overseeing them than the kids themselves. Because a lot of kids just suck. I went through a pretty sucky period in my life. Hell, I'm still in that sucky period. I mean, a lot of people just don't learn how to human properly. So yeah, it's a lifelong process. So yeah, you got to make sure, especially when they're kids, that people are helping them. Yeah.
Right here?
Yes. That way, her enemy will trace the call and pinpoint our location. And public security is the only one in Japan who can pull that off, so we'll know right away if it's them.
Good thinking.
Shiro Nekomu, that's terrible.
Yeah. Wait, hold up. You saying if you call up Reiko Kusumoto, then the bad guys will start pouring in? Can we maybe not do that here?
Actually, that might just work in our favor.
Huh? Bro, why are you talking crazy?
Yagami-san, you sure about getting on bro terms without Kaito-san? Wouldn't that bum him out?
Whoa. This is amazing. What is this?
Good shit, huh? You've got good taste, bro. I knew you of all people would notice the difference.
Kuwana, when was the last time you spoke
I wonder
to
if that's
Reiko
that dish
Kusumoto?
from the last game.
5 years ago, on the night she killed Kawhi. We arranged it so we'd never contact each other after that.
So you have her number then?
If it hasn't changed.
What is it then? I have an idea.
What?
We're gonna set a trap to find out if we really are up against public security. If they trace the call and they send people for us, then we know for sure it's them. That's why we're gonna call Reiko Kusumoto using a location that doesn't exist at all.
How's that work?
We'll use 2 phones that can't be traced back to us, and we'll relay your voice. Obviously, you won't be wherever we do this from. Best to do this someplace with no one around. Once we see who they send in, mission accomplished.
Wait, what's happening?
Don't worry.
Thanks,
I got
Rafi.
it. You'll catch up, Sugiura-kun.
First, we need to know our enemy. I'll have Tsukumo prep us some burner phones.
Which means a truce for the time being?
Only while you're here. Gotta keep things civil for my brother.
Man, Zhao-san's cooking makes even the suckiest situations not suck.
Cheers to that!
I'll pack the lettuce sandwiches. That's right, Mike. I'll bring the lettuce.
So Tsukumo-kun's already got the phones ready. They're burners that can't be traced back to us.
2 of them, right?
Just like you asked for.
Nicely done, Yokohama 99.
Thanks,
You were
Jen.
quick.
I'll check it out later. Good to know Zhao's doing well. Let's see. Wait, does he actually work here? Oh, he doesn't. Oh, that would have been so cool. Oh, it looks so good. Pork pepper steak. Argao. And made meat bun. Oh, mango pudding. Oh my god.
Starving. I'm starting to feel it. Pretty tasty. Thanks.
Sounds so happy. Argao is prawn dumpling. What the hell is that? Are those nunchucks? Is it a tonfa? Okay, okay, cool, 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 cool. Oh, got drunk again. Dang it. Pork chop sandwiches. Kodama. Dum ba dum dum dum. Bonk. Coming over nice. Neat, dude. I just arm this dude. Wait, what? Damn. Split that issue
Really,
in half.
guys?
Yeah, let's go.
Chicken del Sol?
いらっしゃいませ。 ありがとうございました。 いらっしゃいませ。
We're good there. We're good there.
ありがとうございます。
Immaculate Pain. That was the name of my speed metal band back in college. Grab this. No? Oh. Oh, come on! For coffee.
Ah, just the two I've been waiting for. Excellent work, by the way.
Hey, got those burner phones
I was
ready?
drunk. I was role-playing.
Of course I do. Who do you think I am?
I still don't fully get what's going on. Yagami-san, what are we gonna do with these?
Okay, I'll break it down. First, we call Kawana on one phone. Let's say this one here. Then we use this other phone to call Reiko Kusumoto, using them that way. The phones won't be connected to each other, but their voices will be relayed so they can talk normally.
Oh, okay. And then?
Those
Public
phones
security
are totally
finds out Reiko
laying on top
Kusumoto's
of each
talking
other.
to Kawana. They'll trace the call without actually finding him. Then we can see exactly who they send without risk of being seen ourselves.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm getting it.
Surely you don't intend to do that here, do you? That would put a beacon on us for Kawana-san's enemies.
Yeah, we'll do it somewhere remote. We need a place where nobody would raise an eyebrow at an army of public security boys. And it's gotta have a good vantage point.
There's a building under construction not far from here. It's late, so no one should be around that may get involved unintentionally.
Where is it?
It's right near Seirio High. There's a crane by the river, too. You'll know when you see it.
Okay, you two stay put. I should be able to handle this alone.
You sure about that?
Let me at least put out a drone, Yagami-shi, even if it isn't much. I'll use it to capture the faces of Kawana-san's pursuers.
That'd be good.
Let's go. I'm only a little drunk.